Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. I am Shuhada
And I am Sahira. I am Fatin.
and today we are going to discuss about remote sensing. Definition of remote sensing. Remote sensing is the process of detecting and monitoring the physical characteristics of an area by measuring its reflected and emitted radiation at a distance from the targeted area. There are two types of remote sensing, which are passive and active. Passive sensors are just receivers to capture the signal that reach them. A camera is a good example for a passive sensor, simply recording the light reaching it.
Active sensor sends signal and record what comes back. An example is a laser altimeter. It sends a laser beam, that's the active part, which hit the ground and comes back. The altimeter then records the time the process took and computer distance using the speed of light.
Active sensors send signals and record what comes back. An example is a laser altimeter. It sends a laser beam, that's the active part, which hits the ground and comes back. The altimeter then records the time the process took and computes the distance using the speed of light. Other examples of active sensors are radar systems that can see through clouds, among other advantages. One of the most popular family of sensors is the optical family. They are basically space cameras taking images of the Earth from space. The Worldview 3 satellite can, for instance, take pictures where a pixel represents a 30 by 30 centimeters area of the ground from over 600 kilometers away. This is very useful to map the world in high definition. If these images are really nice indeed, they're only in what we call the visible spectrum, or in the colors that humans can see. Let's have a look at this image of Koblenz in Germany, taken by the Rapid Eye satellite. We can divide the visible spectrum in 3 channels or bands: blue, green, and red. But some optical sensors, like this one, don't suffer from our human eye's limitations and can see much more colors.
Objective of remote sensing. Remote sensing allows for the monitoring of the whole planet without needing expensive fieldwork to more or less accessible areas, as well as the detection of phenomena that just can't be seen from the ground. Application of remote sensing. There are a lot of applications of remote sensing. Some of them are being used for forestry, for example, to know forest health and forest canopy structure. Second, marine and oceanography. For example, satellite remote sensing is applied to coastal oceanography. For disaster management, for earthquake and volcanic monitoring. Other than that, for geology, agriculture and meteorology.